Hello, welcome to CR Wrestling Commentary. We're your hosts, Cedric and Cedra, as you can see on the screen, and we'll be talking about SWE Fury. One of the last shows, sadly, it didn't have a name, not one that we could remember, because if it was, it would have written it down. They didn't write it down because there was not a name other than SWE Fury.
They're in episodes.
They're in episodes,
so
and
that's probably what it's delineated.
Yeah, that could have been on the screen or something, you know. I don't know. You can follow my stuff, what I post up, because it has episodes and, you know, what season, what episode, you know, or at least the date or something, you know. In any case, I mean, look, I just do a simple, you know, wrestling simulation. I kind of do commentary on some of it. And I'm broke. They got money, and they just can't put the stuff up there decently. I'm going to also talk about what clearly money isn't going to get you that I do, because I don't. Maybe they need to learn from me how to do pro wrestling.
Money doesn't have anything to do with finding competent people that know how to present things. You can find somebody that know how to cook the most delicious dishes, but they might put it on the plate like it's a bunch of slop. You're not going to want to eat it no matter how good it tastes.
You are very true. So, in any case, all I can say is this is SWE Fury. If you want to figure out which one it is, just look on YouTube on their channel, and whichever you see this match lineup is the one that they were doing. At the time, it was the last one they had done. They've probably done one or two ever since. But that's just getting some of the nitpicky bad stuff out the way. Don't worry. I will eventually end all the bad critiques and go into my glowing commentary, because it does deserve it. Let me get the other nitpicky stuff out the way, because if you look at what I have written here, you don't know who's wrestling who on a couple of them, because the announcers could not sound clear when they introduced, and then the commentators, which were two and at sometimes three, with all their minds put together, and a couple of them are, you know, veterans of the business, didn't talk about the opponent, not too much. And I didn't feel like rewinding and looking for another 3 to 5 and 10 and 20 minutes to find a name of someone that was either jobbing or slated to lose anyway, which was, you know, annoying. Jobbers are, if they're enhancement wrestlers or talent, they are important. And if you think they aren't, then something's wrong with you. Something's mentally wrong with you if you think they are not important. In any case, they never thoroughly go over a lot of the match rules. They don't explain to you in detail enough to why this thing would be important here or there. Not too much. You know, they're very lackadaisical about how they talk about it, kind of like they're reading the Sunday paper or something like that. It just wasn't good.
They still have Sunday papers?
Yeah, actually, they do.
Cool.
And also going on their age group, so I threw out Sunday papers, because they're older than me. So let's get into this. All right. So you got, first match was Just Incredible versus Blood Hunter. And when we saw Just Incredible, I was like, wait, that's Just Incredible? I couldn't believe that was him. I get when people get older. Yeah, no problem there. People get older, it's a thing. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting older. But I guess he was sick, injured or something. He let himself go. You know, I was still looking, remembering him from his YouTube channel. You know, I was remembering that and how he was talking about stuff. And it seemed like that was like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe it was longer, but now I'm like, that's him? What happened? You know, but in any case, him versus Blood Hunter. It was an ECW style match.
It was a crap match.
It was not, but you know what? It's a crap match, but it was way better than what AEW would produce.
The reason why I said it was a crap match is because they just walked around in the crowd. They'd slam a head here and there and bleed, and that's it.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't competitive.
No, it's not every wrestling match needs to be competitive.
And the comment that I made is that typically when people who were, you know, quote unquote hardcore, but also athletic and able to hold up a match, let themselves go for whatever reason, for yay or for nay, when they do come back, they'll go strictly hardcore where they're not expected to perform. It doesn't take any athleticism to bleed.
Nope.
I'm gonna let you know that I do it monthly, and I'm not an athlete.
Yeah. So, and that was pretty much the bad part of it. However, no, that was the final match. But yeah, it was like what, a no contest. They went to the back.
Yeah, it was him and Blood Hunter.
They fought off.
And yeah, Blood Hunter has since impressed me some, but that was it's not like it was a Just Incredible called match, and it was just crap.
Yeah. Just Incredible in general for ECW didn't even have memorable matches. He had what today's people like. Not matches, not moves, but he had a memorable moment. That's what Just Incredible had in ECW. You know, he had memorable moments. Like RVD throwing him, he flung himself over the top rope. It was like, well, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. And RVD's looking like, I ain't throwing that hard. What?
He was trying to get away from his ass. That shit was crazy.
Yep. You know, and so, yeah. So, you know, it's just something to break the tension of the thing, I suppose. So then next we got a women's match. Renee Michelle when introduced Hurricane. And he's like, who that? And we rewound it like 2 or 3 times. You know, pulled it back a few, and you couldn't hear it. Commentators never mentioned this other girl's name, and if they did, it was like so brief you couldn't. But yeah, it was hold up. Last match ended in a double DQ. This one, this women's match, Renee Michelle, she performed real good. Both of them did.
She won in green?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
She won with the middle rope moonsault. And she landed with her thighs across the abdomen of the opponent.
Looked good.
Yeah, it looked good. And to see that used as a finisher was, it was relieving. It really was.
It wasn't a setup for, a slap and then a pin.
It was used decently, which was good. Then we've got the next match, which is the SWE TV champion Rodney Mack, and he went against some dude.
Yeah, it took like 2 minutes, man.
That was a squash match.
He ran through him.
He won with the Cobra Clutch, which was really good. Really good, And then you got another women's match, Su Yung versus the SWE Women's Champion, Christy James.
Okay, no, she was the one that was in green, supposed to be from Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was a very competitive match.
Mm-hmm.
That went back and forth. And yeah, look, in these matches, yeah, the little mistakes were made. They were. And I can forgive those mistakes easily because they were trying to be professional.
These women were wrestling. They weren't just throwing themselves around and tossing hair and shaking ass.
And then moving speedily to do certain moves and then going out getting tables and taking like 8 years to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
These women had a very good competitive match. And even though the mistakes can kind of yank you out of being enthralled within it, at the same time, it's like you're just happy to see them professionally wrestling. These are women wrestling, not the girls, not the Joshi, which used to mean just female wrestler. I don't know what it's transitioned into now. Seems like it's become almost derogatory in its own sense.
And it didn't look so super duper choreographed.
Yes.
I do this move, and then I do that move, and then I smile and pose, and then I take the blow. It wasn't like that.
It wasn't mechanical by any means. And the champion, she won using a fireman's carry net breaker, which looked all right. It looked all right. And she got the 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, it looked like she should have won twice over. I remember that. It's been some days since we watched. Yeah. It's been some days. And then the final match, Falls Count Anywhere, Max Castiello versus Ryan Mantell. I think that's what it is. And it was Falls Count, and it was the main event was really damn good. Mm-hmm. These two dudes, they pretty much whooped each other's ass. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Casiello that nailed that punch on the apron. I think it was, or was it Mantell? It was one of them. But they threw a punched the other dude in the face while he was hanging off the apron. And I was like, oh no, we got to fight.
Yeah.
Because the way he did it, it looked legit. Mm-hmm. I was laughing because I was like, we gonna fight. Damn this match. Damn the pro wrestling. We gonna fight. You've done this. This is gonna. We got to solve this today. This is a thing that we must do. We're going to solve this. And then he hit him again. I said, oh, shit. No. Look, it's a good thing this falls count anywhere because you're going to fall everywhere. Because I'm going to whoop your ass. Those punches, professionalism would have went out it was just too good. I'm like, we got to fight. And we have to fight right now.
The way this match was done, it was done well because you knew who the face was. Mm-hmm. You knew who the heel. You knew.
But that was every match, though.
Oh yeah, we got into this one. I just want to point that out, though. You knew who the face was. You knew who the heel was, and the heel acted like a heel.
Yes.
And the face took a beating about 60% of the time. It had to make comebacks.
Had to actually fight back. And them punches on that apron, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, why are you not just knuckling up and driving your fist into his eye socket? You have got to get revenge over that. The heel made them punches believable. Like, man, see, I can't watch that match.
Yeah.
There's few matches I can't watch because it would piss me off. And that's what you want.
Yes.
You want
to become emotionally invested in what you're watching, or else they're doing a poor job.
This company, SWE, they are doing pro wrestling. Now, Jim Cornette and Brian Last are getting paid to watch stupid shit and talk shit about it. They are being the professional counterforce to what's on mainstream. And the fans of them and the anti-entertainment people are using them to shit on modern wrestling and the entertainment business. That's good, but just like Zimbo Times 2 said, why are you watching what you don't like?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why Brian Last and Jim Cornette are doing what they're doing. But what they could also do is equally uplift the companies who are trying.
The best. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
But Jim is so jaded, and understandably so, that if he sees these new companies making the slightest mistake, he's just going to shit on them and move on.
And I don't blame him because he has no hope. And the reason he has no hope is because he's placed all his hope into what is mainstream. And he's not trying to solve the situation. The best way to destroy WWE and AEW is to push things like SWE Fury, Ring of Honor, the National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA. You need to push these things.
Okay, I want to, because after we watched this show, SWE posts a lot of stuff, like little, you don't know when it happens. I've got to mention this match. Gangrel versus Blood Hunter with Selena De La Venta as his.
That was the match that happened. I was like, this match didn't end like that. Because this match ended with Mantell. He won with a single arm cover on the floor. I remember that. But it didn't happen with. Then you brought up Gangrel. It's a different event.
So I don't know what it was.
It was a single match that they
just
posted.
Showed this one match.
Gangrel could still go.
Gangrel could still, although his knees were hurting him, you could tell.
Yeah.
But Gangrel could still go, and Blood Hunter was able to wrestle actually in this match because, you know, they got in the ring. It's not like just incredible. It's just taking a beating outside the ring. Selena is got to be the best manager going.
Cornette
right
said
now.
that. And
she can talk.
I couldn't see that at first, but I can see it not after this, but before this.
Yeah, MLW, I could see it like in the first 2 times when she did promos. I could see it. She can talk. She's charismatic. She's eye candy.
And she's a wrestler. The
match was good. Okay, great.
The match was good, but the
ending was phenomenal. If you find this match, just watch the ending because I've never seen an ending like this before.
Serena De La Renta gave her body. These are the heels.
Yes.
She had the
she set up a table. The guys are wrestling. She goes to set up a table. We're like, what the hell?
She doing?
Teddy Long, who I guess acts like he heads up everything, and some other dude was looking at him like, what the hell? And she's cussing them out. Blood Hunter, which is who she's managing, is wrestling with Gangrel, and somehow, presto chango, Gangrel gets on the table.
Yeah, dude beat him up, put him on the table, beat him up, and then she looked at Blood Hunter and was like, use something, and
she was pointing at him
and he was
looking herself.
Yeah, and he was kind of looking like, I don't know about this.
And she
this
did
the heel.
And she
I don't know.
Pointed at him, pointed at Gangrel, pointed at herself. He looked like, all right.
Okay, he gut wrenches her.
Yes.
And picks her up. And she braces.
She grabs her head and he power bombs her through Gangrel, through the table, to the fucking floor. That shit was awesome. And then he laid down on them and they got the 3 count.
And he carried her off.
He picked her up like a sack of potatoes and carried her off. She took that shit like a pro. I know that sounds really pornographic, but she took that wrestling move.
Giggity.
She protected her head, and it was fantastic. And he whipped her down through that table.
He spiked her
with so much force.
Spiked her like the punch.
But he also took care of her.
He took care of her. But when look. All right, y'all. All right, so hit my glasses. I'm wearing these blue. Was it
blue light blockers?
Yeah, blue light blockers.
Blue wavelength blockers.
They help. They actually help. I just hate them because they squeeze my brain. But he grabbed her, picked her up, and had her. You know, she basically crotched him. She put her hands back, and when he drove her down, her hair snapped into the air. And her knee to feet snapped up with it. It's almost like she hit terminal velocity in a second. And when she hit Gangrel braced enough. Now, I saw the magic of not just her, but how the table was broken. I'll leave that up to see if y'all can figure that out. But Blood Hunter broke that table using mostly her body. And she hit. Because when she hit, if she wasn't holding her head, she would have got whiplash. Because she would have hit and her head would have snapped back and probably cracked the edge of that table. But we are just stunned even now at the velocity that she got within an instant. It is worth watching. And then after you see it, just like us, you rewind it like it's Lucha Libre and just watch it over and over and over. And I'm like,
you've seen managers give powder, chains, chairs, tables, sugar glass bottles, nooks, the little blackjacks, all kinds of shit. Tennis rackets, clubs, light tubes, all kinds of shit, chairs. To give to their wrestler to whack the baby face with. You've never seen them give themselves.
And that's why she is the most epic manager of modern professional wrestling.
That was Awesome.
She was not used as a, oh no, the person jumped outside the ring and nailed her by mistake because the guy pulled her in the way, or she stepped in the way by accident and now it's a distraction. No. This was deliberate. And the way it was so clever was, if she attacked, it would have been a disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking them through the table is not a disqualification. Hitting them with an object is a disqualification.
Hitting them with a person
is not. Because she did not strike him.
Mm-mm.
She
was a tool,
but not a foreign object.
A foreign object. There's nowhere in the rules that you says you cannot hit the opponent with another person. No.
Then how's he use his teeth? Because his teeth is already in the mouth.
Exactly.
That's how.
It's not against the rules.
So SWE Fury, I'm letting y'all know right now, from these two things we've seen, and we've seen like one of the first episodes.
Yeah, first few episodes we watched.
It was all right. A little slow. Not so happy with the flippy floppy, but it was still all right. So if that's their worst, and this is good and this is great to see, I'm not going to sit here and think that it's going to be anything bad. I trusted what dude said before we did on the interview when he said, we're trying to bring professional wrestling back. We're bringing men, we're bringing women, we're bringing the spirit of professional wrestling. Not this kid stuff and all that. Basically, he legitimately started putting down AEW without mentioning their name. And he did the same for WWE. They are offering a sports-based presentation. They are offering blood, guts, emotional content, moves, psychology, strategy, rules, and no backslap tags. Hopefully we won't see any of those. So I say put the word out and help SWE Fury get further on the national stage. Let others know about it. Let your friends, any wrestling people you know. Same with the NWA and Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Because we can't keep this shit-tacular WWE and AEW on the mainstream to keep poisoning the minds of people that aren't going to think past their own nose anyway. What they say in the American press, they drink the sand because they don't know the difference.
Yep.
We need to show them there's a difference. And they can stop drinking the sand. So, that said, this has been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary on SWE Fury. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time, patience, and all that other stuff. Good night, everyone.